Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. How are we all? Good? Very good, very good. God, I got a bit caught out. The time caught up on me quicker than I thought. I've already finished my coffee and wow, yeah, suddenly I looked and it's gone waiting on Scalemodeling. I thought, what? Jesus, it's 4 a.m. Click live, and I did. But I did update the temperatures, so we've got that part done. We just throw that up there, get that out of the way early, because it seems to have warmed up around the world just a little bit. Although Athol there is saying morning peak from colder, windier northeast Scotland, where it's heaving it down with rain showers. Okay, well, I guess it's cold there. But as you can see, London's up to 11 degrees. Chicago's at 4 degrees. It was -2 last weekend. Sydney's gone up by about 4 or 5 degrees as well. Glasgow's there at 11 degrees. Winnipeg was -20 degrees last weekend, and now it's in the positive. I think it's about 2 degrees I put there. I think it comes along there. It is 2 degrees and cloudy. What a big temperature change. Hey, the ice will be melting. What else? And Chiang Mai's gone up. Well, our temperature's gone up too. 23 degrees for 4 a.m. in the morning. That's gone up from the usual 16, 17. And actually, last night, for the first time in months, probably since about early November last year, it actually rained here. We actually saw rain. There was quite a storm during the night, and early in the morning it was raining. More rain predicted today, this afternoon. They've updated the weather. It was showing rain from now all the way through today, but they've changed that, and it's just got overcast and rain this afternoon, which is good because I got to go out this morning. So yeah, when you've got a motorbike, it's not fun to be riding in the rain. So let's see who we got. Who's here? Jeff's there. Hello, Jeff. Long time no see. We'll get rid of this banner coming across here. Where is it? There it is. Hit the hide button. Coming back. So obviously we've got, no, that's too far ahead. Hang on, I'm not getting that down, but there we go. So yes, northeast Scotland. Northeast. Yes, okay, I can picture that. Very good. And Jeff, of course, saying hello to everybody. I'm really well. I'm fine. I need another haircut. Jeez, I don't know what's going on in this country. My hair grows too quick. You know, I'm paying less than half the price for a haircut over here, but I'm getting it twice as much. Really strange. Anyway, but it's okay. Like on top, it's not too much. You know, it's okay. It's just it starts getting long over the ears and around the sides there, and that grey stuff keeps coming through. I mean, that light blonde stuff, blonde colour. Daniel's there. Hello, Dan. Welcome. And Hobby Time's there, of course. G'day, mate. Boy, I hope you all saw the photographs he took of all his Spitfire models on your Scalemodeling Hangout channel on Facebook. Boy, did you actually go and take all those models out and individually photograph them all? Because that was amazing. There are tons of them there. Every Spitfire you can imagine. Looks great. Let me scoot down. Windswept. Jeff, what's this one? Daniel. Hello, Daniel. How? Oh, okay. And soaked, were you? Yeah. Oh, I'd love to get rained on. It never got cooler though. It doesn't get cooler here when it rains. It just, if anything, the humidity just goes up and it gets hotter. It gets way hotter. There's Jim. Hello. G'day there, mate. How are you? Good. That's good. Just keeping an eye on my phone there. Everybody's fine. That's good. Just looking down. Oh, here we go. Imagine life in Fairbanks, Alaska. I can imagine. Yeah. Be cold, that's for sure. And cloudy but warmest temps in a few weeks here in Chicago. Yeah, it is. It's gone up quite a lot. Not too bad. The ice or snow would be melting, I guess. And yes, look at that last night. All right. Look at that. Anybody who has not said hello, that anybody is new in the channel, say hello in chat. Let me know where you're from, where you are from. We've got, a few watching. It's a little bit quieter tonight. I wonder what's going on. Must be the good weather and people are out. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's good. Getting used to what's this? Noise levels back in the city again. Much quiet out where I live. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. You're dog sitting, aren't you? Is that right? You're dog sitting. Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, it gets pretty noisy here too sometimes. I've just signed my lease last week for another year in my condo here, which I'm happy to do. But next year, I'm probably looking at renting a house and moving a little bit into a quieter little neighborhood somewhere. That's the plan. So we will see. In fact, I'm actually I'm meeting up with a real estate agent this morning, and it's to do with my other channel, and I'm going to be videoing a house for rent, just doing a comparison video to a condo or apartment like this to a house for close to around about the same price per month. And I think it'd be nice to, this is quite good for one person and it's okay, but I think after 2 years, it will be starting to feel a little bit too small. And I want to have an actual hobby room. I want to set all this studio stuff and my hobby stuff in a room dedicated to it. And there's some really nice 2-bedroom homes that you can rent here for about $10,000 a month, which works out about 300. It's about $300 US a month, which I know is very, very cheap. It's a little bit more than the $8,000 a month I'm paying here, which is a little bit cheaper. But you get a 2-bedroom place, freshly renovated, again fully furnished like the condo here, and you have a bit of a yard space as well, separate your kitchen, just a little bit more space to just make more of a mess, I guess. And yes, there is your sister who's taken off and abandoned you with the dog while she goes on a holiday. Fantastic. That's great. Dominican Republic. How about that? It's unusual. Guess it's a cheap place to go rather than anywhere in the States. Well, then it's cold everywhere in the States too, so I guess you got to get away from the cold. It's James. How are you, James, from Too Boldly Go? Did you put a video out earlier? Because I didn't get a notification. I'm just going to check my notifications. Usually there's a video pops out. I know Nigel has. He's doing an Avro Lancaster hatchet one he's uploaded. He's still working through that. There it is. Yeah, premiering now. You did a gift from David Barber, a Airfix 172 Hawker Typhoon. Very nice. And a Mark 1B in box. Oh, it's a Mark 1B box review. Very good, very good. So if you haven't already, but I know you all have or will, subscribe to Boldly Go Model Works' channel and check out his reviews and lots of content going up all the time. Brilliant. And also see me there Update on the Italiari truck trailer lighting. He does some amazing lighting. Another one to go and check out. Just incredible. Look at that. What else we got? Yes, everyone's saying hello to Boldly Go. To Boldly. Did I say to Boldly Go? To Boldly Go. More space, more equals more model space, Pete. Yeah, that's right. More clutter that'll build up, hey? Yeah. Oh, it'd be good. I'd like to, I think I've mentioned it before, that I can't have pets here, of course. I mean, I could probably have a fish tank, but no other sort of pets. In a house, I can get a dog, see? I want to get a dog. I haven't had a dog since I was a little kid. I only had one dog my whole life, which I had from when I was probably about 6 years old till I was about 17. Yeah, and that was it. So I'm going to probably adopt what they call a soy dog over here, maybe just a street dog, just adopt one and take care of one. Do a good thing like that, So we'll see. But yeah, you need a house for that, you see. And a lot of places will allow at least a dog anyway, or a cat. And yes, he did. Yes, we just saw that. I'm catching up on chat. I'm not too far behind in chat. The Caribbean is a much better place to be in February than just about anywhere in the continental US. Fair enough. Yes, that's good. Big is grand to build, but where to put it? Hanging hides the top fuselage. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'll look at that. That's way off in time. We've got a lot happening between now and then, and obviously the Spitfire. I have not even. I've done some work and I've got a bit of video footage ready to edit. A little bit more work and I'll be able to put up another video. So there will be. I haven't got any specific date like I used to. I used to put one out in my time every Tuesday morning. Okay. Then I changed it and made it a little bit later because putting it out at 4 in the morning just didn't suit other people. So I put one out. I put it out a little bit later now, around about 6 a.m. And that's fine. And I don't do it on that particular day now. It's once a week when I get enough footage to make a video to put it out. Because this is a little bit more slower progress than most other models, and I'm trying to take my time with it being my first aircraft that I've ever built. So let me just get that, sort that out. Here we go. Get rid of those. Now I can see better. Good. But it's coming on okay, and there will be a video go out next week, and maybe later in the week. But I will show you where I'm at. So I've finally glued the fuselage together. Look at that. Okay. So let's see if that's going to show. Yep. Now the first thing you'll notice is there's a bit of a seam gap there on the front there, right? There's nothing I could do. I tried my best to get that out. Everywhere else on the aircraft, along the back and the spots all underneath, are joined up beautifully. All this is really good, no problem. It's just that. Now, I haven't looked ahead in the instructions that far yet, but I think there's something will cover some of that on there. All right, you can see it there. Look at that. Something will cover that, and I may have to fill it a little bit. I do have some Tamiya putty, which I'm a little scared to use, because I'm worried that when you're sanding it, you're going to start, am I going to, damage the plastic or anything there? I'm not sure. I'm just going to be really careful. I just need to fill it in there. If there was another way, like maybe just fill it with CA glue. If I just run a line of CA glue in there, would that sit in there and fill the gap, and then it'll just cover over when I prime it? Or is it best to use the putty? It's not that wide, and it doesn't need to be all the way up to the cockpit. Because like I said, we'll have a quick look now I think there's something that goes on there, whether it's part of the canopy or, see, there is this here, you'll see that piece sits over there. So that's going to cover that edge, that front edge there. So that's okay. And as for where the canopy sits on there, let me have a look. No, the canopy is sitting over the cockpit area. So it looks like all that is exposed. There's nothing going on there. There's a little part going there. Yeah, because we come to the end and it's looking like that. So there will have to be a bit of fill going in there. All right. Sprue glue, you say. Your plastic putty from Daniel. Athel's saying sprue glue, Pete, and sand it down. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. I don't know if there's any real detail I have to be careful of when I'm doing that. Let me have a look with my Hubble glasses, my Hubble telescope glasses. Let's put the light on, and there is. So there is a panel line going that way over, and that's going to be, you know, just something I've got to be careful of. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get it. I'll figure it out, I'm sure. What I have got any problem with is, where are we? Just keeping up with the chat. The plastic putty worked with water and smoothing. Yeah, okay, just use a bit of water with it, hey? And a toothpick, and just push it, just layer it across there, make sure it's pushed in, and then just wipe it all off with a cotton bud, right? Really, yeah, just I'll figure that all. Morning, Paul. There's Paul, Mr. Paul Price is in. All right, that's good. What else we got? What's this? It's the internal cockpit and the instrument panel that needs sanded down and fill with Mr. Surfer Primer. Yeah, the internal cockpit and the instrument panel that needs sanding down. Yeah, I did that. I sanded it down. Obviously not enough. I focused more on the outside so that the two sides would come together, whereas I wasn't thinking about coming down, the amount that piece had to come down on, you know. So yes, you are right. It's where it's sitting up in the top of the instrument panel that needed to be sanded down. It's not the in fact, I even sanded the metal. See, that's photo etched, that instrument panel, and I sanded it down. But you know, hey, that's okay. Next time I'll know. But yeah, for sure, that's what it was. Too late now. It's glued together, so I ain't taking it apart, and that would just make things a mess. So yeah. Yeah, I look good in the goggles, don't I? Those things are falling apart. I got to be careful with them, gentle with them, because they're all I got. Without those, I can't build models. I really need them. And already, these are good, but the nose pieces that sit here, the plastic's worn through and the metal's coming through, and it digs into your nose. So I've had to put some padding. It's a real mess, isn't it? It's part of a COVID mask sitting on there, which has lasted quite well, and some masking tape, which is not lasting so well. I'm going to have to do something else, because yeah, the metal's worn through the rubber nose pieces on that. And not only that, these things have been through a lot. They're broken on the side there, so I've used some plastic sprue to brace it as I've glued it back. You can see the crack there, right? And also on the other side. And this is my fourth pair. and every pair has cracked in the same spot. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. They have to crack in the same spot. They've always cracked there, and I gave up. I emailed the company that make these, and I said, "You've got a fault in your manufacturing there. There's a weak spot there, and they're cracking. Surely other people have had the problem with these." Vision something there, the brand is Vision something or other. And I said, this is the fourth. I sent about 8 or 9 emails to their customer support and never got a single response back. They don't give a F. They don't. They just care that they're selling these on eBay and everywhere else, and that's all. They don't care. Once it's sold, not their problem anymore. But unfortunately, they are, other than that fault, which I can get around and fix that, they're good. They work well. They're comfortable. They're the ones that don't have a battery in it. They're USB charged, so they're all lighter. The other ones are cheaper. They have a battery that sits in there, but makes them heavier, and they tend to slide down your nose, especially if it's quite warm. But these don't, and they charge up, and they're fine. And of course, you get a case with all your different lens sizes. You've got these type, but you've also got a strap you can put on that you wear around your head. Yeah, but yeah, it's yeah, they'll do the job. But yeah, if it comes to the point where I can't wear them, I can't build models. It's as simple as that. I just can't see what I'm doing without them. I even need those to read these damn instructions. Even with these on, right? I can't read the paint call out on that. See? That there, I can't read with my glasses on at all. I need those magnifying glasses. So, anyway, we will, mate. We will. We'll have to do that again, maybe this afternoon. If we want to talk about that. I'll show you the other wing in a second, what I'm working on. Everyone's saying hello. That's good. You changed to a different design. Yeah, I can't find a different design. The lighting was a plus. Yeah, the light is very good on it too. You got 2 levels of lighting, and that's super bright. See, that's the lowest setting, and that's the highest setting. Brilliant for when you're doing close-up photo-ish work and anything really. And they stay charged for a long time. There you go. Gosh, if I could just buy the little pads that sit on those nose pieces. They actually know that that's a problem with the metal wearing through those, because when you buy these, they come with a spare set of the little pads that sit there. They actually come with a spare set, so they know that's an issue. But yeah, they just don't. You just wear through them too quickly. Yeah. A lot of it is to do because you've got to have them when you're wearing the headband. You have to wear that fairly tight to keep them in place. Who knows? What I need, just an attachment for these glasses would be fantastic, just to pop on the front of these. Wouldn't that be easy? Specsavers, yeah. Oh no, get my eyes tested. Probably a good idea. You know, did I get that done in Sydney? I did that before I came, and the guys, the optometrist I went to, it wasn't exactly Specsavers, but it was. He actually said to me, well, if these are okay, because these were okay, but look, seriously, an average pair of glasses like this they're not going to put lenses in like this. And if they put lenses in like this, then I can't see distance, can I? These are great for anything that's sitting here. And I know there's bifocal and stuff, but I don't want to go that way. That's a big extreme from, you know, microscope level to this level. These are fine. These are just your cheap glasses you buy at a chemist, and this is fine for looking at the PC and doing what I do here. It's all good. But for model building, I don't know. Maybe I would be a bit, yeah, I'm looking at, Hobby Time just sent me 4 lens head magnifying glasses. Professional headband with 2. Yeah, see, that looks okay, but are they ones that have a battery, or are they rechargeable? Because I find the battery ones are quite heavy and not very comfortable. But asking, I should just click on the link and have a look. It takes me to a set. I know Jason from Model Kit Stuff has a pair like that, and they look pretty bulky, but yeah, I suppose they do the job. Do they have a light? They probably, I don't think those ones have a light on them. Adjustable here, yeah, they don't have a light, but yeah, anyway, it's okay. My ones will do. Mine, you can't have nice shiny new stuff all the time. Any excuse not to build a plane? Oh, come on, I'm building it. It's not slowing me down at all. Look, I want to show you guys this. So here we go. The underside of the wing. All right, so I've put all these parts in, right, and I found a mistake in the instructions that made me have to pull this apart, right? If I'd have done the left as port, right? If I'd have done the port side before the starboard side, I would have seen my mistake before I did it, and it wouldn't have been a problem. But I did it the other way around, which is fine. I'm just following the instructions, but there is a piece in there, and it's this curved piece here. There's one on each side, and I don't know which is which, but one is part 16 or part 17. The other one's part 18. Let's have a quick look. I'll show you. Right. Let's have a quick look. Where is it? Yeah. 19. Is that the one? Yeah, 18 and 19 are the 2 part numbers for that. See? Part number, that one and that one. Okay. So I started with this side first, and I put that, I glued that in, right? And I thought, oh, that's strange. This has a bit of a curve on the bottom of it, right? And it doesn't sit flat. It doesn't sit flat or flush on the bottom of the wing. I thought, okay, that's probably just the way it is, no problem. So I glued it on anyway, all right? Otherwise, it's the exact same shape as the other side. So I glued it on, put it in there, no problem at all. Then I went to do the other side, and I got that same piece. That's that curved one there, right? And I went to put it in place. What's going on here? It doesn't have that curve under the bottom. It has it's straight and flat. It turns out that on that side, there's a little rise in the plastic, and you won't be able to see it here, but on the where that sits down on the plastic, there's a little raised bit because of this. This is on this side, but it's not on this side. It's different, right? So that's what that curved bit was to clear that bit of plastic under there, so it sits there. They've got the pieces round the wrong way. So, and I mentioned this in the video when I do it, that you want to make sure you do them the opposite side, because they've got their left and right, their port and starboard the wrong way around. So fortunately, I've used CA glue. So I put some CA glue back in there to loosen it up, and I had to take the whole piece off and clean it up and then move it over to the other side, and we were good to go. But yeah, it's a mistake in the instructions. It's, you know, that is number 18 and that one's 19. They're the other way around. There you go. White ones are what I use. So yeah, so anyway, it's correct now. It's all sitting down fine. If you try and glue that on there, what's going to happen is it's going to sit up higher on here and it's not going to sit flush, right? And then when it comes time to attach this on here, it's not going to sit down level because this will be up too high. So one mistake can lead on to further mistakes and problems with the build. There you go. White ones are what I use for the glasses. Yeah, okay, I see. Good. They've done nothing about it. Yeah, well, hang on, Hobby Time. If you knew about it, why didn't you tell me? Hey, I wouldn't have made the mistake. Is there anything else I should know before I continue? You know, are there any more stuff ups that Edard have done? Because, my God, it's okay. It's okay. I worked my way around it. It's all right. Typical, is it? Okay. Yeah. So there we go. At least I know that I'm paying attention and I'm being careful and I'm picking up on these mistakes. Could you imagine if I did not and I've been trying to glue the wing down and go, what the hell? It's not sitting flush down there anymore. Anyway, let's move on. So what I'm doing is I've undercoated under there because the inside of here where the wheels go up, right? You know that, of course, that's where the wheels go. Needs to be the color of each wing, okay? So on my model build, the one I'm doing, one wing's black, the other one's white. So I have to make sure that the inside of that area in there is the color of each wing. So I'm thinking to myself, I should paint that now because you can see a little bit of that. If you were to look up in there, see, you can just see some of it in there. So it needs to be painted now before I do anything else. And especially the next step is gluing the wing on top, putting the wing on top and sealing that up. But then that leaves this area. So when I start doing my gray primer on the white side and black primer on the black side, that's the plan. I'm going to have to cover these holes because they're already painted in there. All right. And yeah, I'm going to have to cover them, put something in there to stop the paint getting in there. I probably don't need to worry too much about that because that I can just paint again from this side. But that area in there, there's a chance that I might get a bit of overspray. It's a tiny area. No one's going to look. I mean, it's underside of the plane anyway. So no one's going to pick it up and look underneath. But I want to do it right. So, you know, just put a sanding stick over the top of the bays beforehand, putting top wing on. Over the top of the bays before putting the top wing on. I don't know what you mean, but we'll talk later. We'll talk later. Athol was saying there, the Yocto-san magnifying lenses from Hobbying, Pete, they are white ones you're using. Are the white ones you're using on Amazon, 18-pound with 4 lights and a USB charger. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Damp tissue. Yeah, I could fill it with, even in there, I could put some blue tack. Blue tack could fill the hole, you know. I mean, I could easily just, you know, plug it up with that. Not a problem. Yeah, it's different painting, but yeah, there's beautiful detail on that, isn't it? Look at all the panel lines and stuff on it. Amazing. This is going to be tricky to paint this thing, but anyway. So yeah, so today I will be putting the painting basically all of that, if that's the right side. I think I've got, yeah. So that's the black side, right? I'll be just hitting that with black paint, and then I'll be hitting all that with the white paint, and that's done. And then it's time to put the join the wings. That's where I'm at on the instructions. All that's done. It's just a matter of putting them on top and gluing them on. That's all done. I've put all the guns in as well. So there's different ways of doing it depending on the build you're doing. Those are different ways. We're talking about the guns inside the wings. And you'll see that the one I'm doing only has 2. You can see them there up against the darker. There we go. There's 2 sticking out on each side. The others are there, but they're recessed in. You see. They also need to be painted dark iron, the tips, but you know, that's something you'll come along with a brush right at the very end and just touch the tips up with the iron color. Not a problem. I need to look at some real photos as a reference. Or phone, yeah, phone. There's heaps. Hey David, how are you, mate? Welcome. So yeah, and then well, you know, straight up we're putting on the tail fins. I don't know. Yeah, these bits. I don't know what they're called. And then of course this attaches up to the plane. That'll be the next fit issue. I'm really hoping. Oh, excuse me. I'm really hoping that fits in there properly. Otherwise, there is a chance that there may need to be a bit more filling work going along there. But fingers crossed, it won't. And then there's all that back on the back there. So I haven't really looked that far ahead. Glue parts one by one. Really? Okay. Oh. What are all those parts? Or do they attach to the back of that? That does look a bit odd. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that they all go back onto the wing, and more aerodynamic bits on that. Okay, yeah, as well as there are on the wing, and the wing tips need to go on. Right, there's a lot. There's still a lot to go. Yeah, so there'll be no painting until a lot of this is done, eh? Like you pretty much looks like I've got to build this right through to the end before I even think about priming it and putting paint on the actual thing. All right, everybody saying hello to everybody. Good stuff. Where are we? Yes, everyone's saying hello to Daniel and all. Great. Back to the usual number in. That's good. Yeah, I need a sip of water. It's quite. I'm starting to sweat here. What is the temperature? Has it gone up a bit? It must have gone up a bit. My phone is nearly charged. We're just going to close that. 23 degrees. Let's see if it goes up. Yeah, it feels like 23, and it is 23. Rain and thunder today. It's going to get up to 29 degrees. But what I noticed here is that this weekend coming, it's going to be up to 35 degrees here. So we're really hitting into summer. Really are. All the guns sit flush to the leading edge. Yeah, all the guns sit flush to leading edge. Well, no, they don't. Depends on the model. See, unless you're building version A, C, or D and J, then they tell you which ones to have in and which ones to have out. Okay. And there's 2 types. There's R10, R11, ones which are a little bit longer than the others. And they're optional there. See, they've got the question mark, optional. So yeah, I'm just going to do with, I did what that says. I put those ones in those places, and there are a couple that stick out, 2 on each wing, because I'm not building those models. They're the only ones that are different to that. Yeah. No, if it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't know. But yeah, they definitely do stick out. And we turn over. And you really can't do much reference when you look ahead, because even when you look ahead, it doesn't show any of them sticking out at all. But that doesn't mean anything. When you look ahead at the next step on many parts of these instructions, it'll skip showing you parts you've attached anyway. Although there is, I can just make out that one there is not flush, that one's sticking out. So there's a couple on that are actually not flush with the wing. But then you turn the page and they're all there. Yeah. See, that's the problem. See this one here, right near the end of the build, shows one that's sticking out just a fraction, right? But then you go to the same picture down here and it's flush. So there's a difference between the two there. So there's no consistency. You know, it's okay. I'm not going to knock it too much. First time building these Edard models. You know, I mean, I am going to pick one thing, but it would be nice for them to just put a letter A and B for step A, step B, at least on the page where there's multiple things to put together, you know. Yeah. Particularly things like all that, right? I mean, there is a certain order, especially to put these things together and put them on, that makes things easier. But again, it's just one page, glue it all on. There's no particular order to do it, and just makes it a little bit harder to look at. Why I have to mark off everything on the instructions as I do it, just to give myself a bit, you know. Check the paint guide for the one you're doing. Yeah, oh, that'll show a nice clear picture, won't it? Where is it? Number E. Let's have a look. I know you're probably going to prove I'm wrong, but ABCD, there he is, Mr. Alan Christopher Deere. And there we go. And sure enough, I think you might be right. Yeah. But let's have a look at all the other ones. A, B, C, D. You're right. So the aircraft version A, B, and C do have the guns just sticking out a little bit. A, B, and C, right? My one doesn't. See, there's no guns sticking out. A, B, and C, right? See, this is just me. Maybe I'm just not used to these instructions, all right? Think of me as a beginner, and when you do instructions for any build, right, it's probably a good idea to assume that not everyone's an expert and has experience, right? But obviously I see my mistake, if you could call it my mistake, right? So down here they've got A and C, right? D and J. What A and C is, there's a little dash. See? A to C, which includes B. So what that really means is if you're building model A, B, and C, that's what you've got to do. If you're building model D, E, F, G, like all the rest of them, up to J, that's how you need to do them. Not just models D and J. Right? Silly me, yeah, I guess. But then you've got to consider that there are other steps back here in the instructions where have I also made that mistake as well? Because all through the instructions, they have A, C, and then there's D, J. So maybe I've made mistakes. Everywhere it says AC is actually A to C, D to J. Let's have a look at the key for the instructions. Let's have a look. All right, so the let's see, I'm just going to make sure I don't miss it, but yeah, for sure, nowhere there does it explain that. Okay, maybe it's obvious to some people, but to me it's not. It wasn't obvious. So yeah. Hey, but we all learn, and it seems like I've probably made mistakes right through the build so far because I didn't see that. You know, I mean, look at that. Look, this one here for markings, they've got in there, right? See that? It's got A to E and then G. And then F, and H to J. It's just so confusing. It really is. I guess that they've got so many versions of the same aircraft in the one kit. They've got to do it somehow, but surely put in the symbols so you understand at the beginning that the dash is talking about not that piece, that build and that build. It's that build to that build. Anyway, it's all right, Pete. Yeah, you have a spare kit, so start again. You're right, I do. It's all right. Look, just how many of yous are there? There's 13 watching, all right? Just don't say anything to anyone else, all right? Just shh. No one needs to know that. But from here on end, I'll get it right. And I'm not going to, am I? Have a vote. Should I take the guns off and put them all back flush with the wing? I think I should, because that's a pretty obvious thing. That's easy to do. I just touch the glue in there to loosen up, and I'll just push them back. Well, actually, those long ones will come off, and I've got the shorter ones to replace them. And that'll save me painting them too, because you won't be able to see them once they're recessed in those holes there. So, yeah. Shall we have a vote? I'll just pop them off. There's only 4 of them, and replace them with the ones that are flush. I got to do that. You can't. It's like you got to do it. Make sure it's right. David saying, I treat instructions like I used to do with exam questions. Read them first quickly, make no decisions. Second time understanding more, but making no answers. Third time deciding what to do. Mate, where were you when I was at school? No wonder I screwed up at school. Eh? God, how many was this? 40 years later, and now you're telling me that. Oh, it's okay. Let me have a look. What have we got? Some pictures here. Oh, the real one. Oh, is that the real one? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see your pictures. Let me get rid of that. Hide that for a second. Yeah, see? That's not, is that real? Man, they look. that looks too clean, doesn't it? You look at that aircraft. Look at that. I'll try and get that to view on the camera properly. Look at that. It looks like a plastic model flying. Eh? If it wasn't for the visual of the propeller turning, look at that. It's too clean. That's the problem there. They need to do a bit of weathering on it. That's getting a bit off subject, isn't it? All right. And put red tape over the gun ports. Yeah, I see the red tape there. I guess they take the red masking tape off when they're actually going to use the guns, don't they? Or do they just shoot through them? There. Why would you bother taking that off? Hey? It's a restored aircraft. I know, but you know, we build aircraft. We may as well be restoring too, right? We do weathering to make them look more real. These are real aircraft. I think the restoring process of aircraft should include a bit of oil and a bit of dirt on them. Eh? I don't know, you know. But yeah, thanks for the pictures, mate. That's good. All right, the guns will come off. The red tape, I don't know. The red tape I don't have. Did they just shoot through those little red things or what? It's linen put on to stop the guns freezing up. Yeah, that's cool. I understand. So they could just shoot through them. Right. No option in the kit was there for covering them up. They could have supplied something. Red tape. Right at the very end, I could do that with a bit of masking tape, a bit of icky sticky tape over it, and just paint it red. Problem solved. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Very good. See, you learned something new. Decal sheet. Oh, is it? It's on the decal sheet. Really? But how do I put a clear decal over a hole? Yeah? We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Yeah. That's interesting. Man, amazing stuff in it, eh? That looks good. Okay. There we go. So, see, you learned something. The decal is red. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, but the decal's got to go on a surface, doesn't it? I'm not going to get that out. Yes, I will. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Decal sheet. And all right, it'll be there somewhere, right? Or is it on the masking? It's on the other one. Yeah. Here we go. There they are. Oh, that's what those are. There they are. Yeah. All right. No worries, mate. We got this. Yeah. See, that's what you guys are for. Help me out, because I got no idea what I'm doing. Oh, so there we are. Look at that. By the way, look at Paul's little thumbnail there. That looks pretty cool there in the corner. Can we see that there? Look at that. Nice. Okay. Yeah. You think putting the plane together is difficult? Wait till I try and paint this damn thing. My God. You do. That's right. You do. Each and every. It doesn't matter. Yeah, for sure. I'm learning a lot on this. Yeah, I certainly am. It's all good. Yeah. Sorry, I just thought I saw another mistake. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I wouldn't tell you if there was. Yeah, I would. Yeah, it is. It's the heat. It is warming up. I need to at least open a window or something. Um, that's why we're doing a buddy build. That's right. It is, buddy. That's it. So I need to, yeah, we'll do a bit of collaboration. That's the word, isn't it? We'll do a collaboration. Did you notice that? Yeah, look at that. There it is. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put, where are we? Just get rid of notifications. It's all fine. Good one. All right. So anyone else out there that has never built a Spitfire before, or a plane for that matter? A quick back and sides from the hairdressing girlfriend. Yeah, wouldn't that's true. Yeah, and that head massage. Oh my God, I couldn't walk for a day. No, I mean, yeah. The hairdressing girlfriend. Actually, I don't go there anymore. It's too expensive. They're more than double the price of the other hair barbers around here. And because my hair just seems to be growing so quick over here, I mean, it's cheap anyway, but what was it? 200 and something baht. So yeah, it was a difference of paying about $12 to $15, which is a little bit cheaper than in Australia, nearly half the price in Australia, compared to going to see the guys here, which are do just as good a job, although they don't include the head massage, and that's fine, for 100 baht, which is $5 Australian. So we're talking less than about $3.50 US. British pounds, though, I don't know, it's probably £1, the way the currencies are today for a haircut. What do you pay for a haircut in the UK? Eh? Let me just ask Google. I want to know what the UK British pound is. The British pound to the Thai baht.
The current exchange rate between the British pound and the Thai baht is approximately 1 British pound to 42.52 Thai baht. However, please note that exchange rates can fluctuate constantly.
That's my friend Gemini. There we go, 42 baht to £1. So it's about it's £3. Is it £2.50? £2.50 for a haircut here. And you Athol paid $10, £10. So it's a quarter of the price here for a haircut. I reckon if you save up, right, and you save up and come over here and get about 20 of them, right, say 40 of them, that will cover the cost of your airfare, and you'll have a holiday at the same time, and you'll never have to get another haircut for years. How's that for the way my brain works? Lizard brain. I heard that the other day. My lizard brain. Never heard that expression before. Dexter. I've been watching Dexter. Apparently he has a lizard brain. Yeah? I'd never heard that before. Yes. Dexter. I never watched that series when it first came out, and now I'm up to series 7. I'm totally right into it. It's good stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, this is great. This Gemini is the Google AI. And who's that? Oh, we got a Perfect Homes pop-up video. Yeah, amazing AI. Geez, AI is incredible, isn't it? Yeah, the clippers aren't so good though. Maybe I do have like shaving those sort of clippers, but not really for the sides. I wouldn't get things straight. Really, I don't need a haircut here. I can do without. It's just around here. You know? Yeah. I don't know. I'll go find a sexy neighbour here in the condominium. Maybe she can come in and do my haircut. It's not worth worrying about for that price, you know. But yeah, the AI is incredible, isn't it? You can do so much with it these days. It's time saving. I've got it on the computer here, and try it. If you haven't already tried it, use the Google AI. It's free. You just give your email and open it, and you connect it to your camera and your microphone. So you can just use the microphone or the camera, and it can do both. And I'm not kidding. Like, let me just try this. I haven't tried this on my phone, but let's ask. Hello, Gemini. How are you? Oh, no. Okay, he's not going to go by the name.
I don't see Gemini in your contacts. Is there a different name for them, or is this?
Oh, that's your name, apparently. Okay, let me try this. Can you see me?
As a large language model, I cannot see you. I don't have eyes or a physical body. I exist only as a computer program.
Okay, but when you're connected to your camera, I have a dark patch. Yes, yes. Yeah, I've got a dark passenger. Yes, James knows exactly what I mean. Yeah, me and my dark passenger. Oh, God. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it can see. So literally see. So when I ask it on my computer, I say, can you tell me what's on the wall behind me? It will tell me exactly what that poster is, what that is. It can see. Um, Fascinating. And you can have a full-on conversation with it like it's another person. You know, is that weird? Is that weird? Talking to my computer like there's somebody here, like it's a person. It's quite interesting. I don't know if it would. No, it won't work now because I'm using that camera. All right, but you know, I put it on the phone too. I thought it would access my camera, but it didn't. Um, but you can ask any sort of question, like you know, did they have? What other countries had? Like for instance, um, what countries in the world had Spitfire aircraft? What countries in the world had Spitfire aircraft?
While the Spitfire is a British icon, it served with many Allied air forces during and after World War II. Here are some of the countries that operated Spitfires: Commonwealth, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, India, Europe, Belgium, Czechoslovakia, Denmark, France, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Sweden, Turkey. Other: Egypt, Israel, Myanmar, Burma, Thailand.
So, you know, if you want to do research and talk about stuff for YouTube channels or anything like that, this is the way to go. You know, this is the way to go. You don't even have to type in, you just talk. I know, there's not much space under the seat, is there? I mean, my helmet barely doesn't even fit under the seat. You're right, I need a boat. I'm not near any water, though. Yeah, I'm not near any water. But I have heard that the pigs are good ways of disposing of body parts. Just use the pigs. They'll eat anything. So it's just a matter of getting it there. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's all good. But yeah, so it's fantastic. I mean, You can even ask this to do a script for talking on YouTube and how to word things, how to create a thumbnail that would be eye-catching and attracting people to it to click, things like that. Yeah, pretty scary in some ways. It's going to get really even more scary very fast. It's AI. Yeah, that's right. Pigs will do it. Yeah, I've seen some. There's quite some big pigs around here. I've seen. Actually, I'm thinking of getting a new bike. Did you know that? Yeah. It's actually, I went to the dealership 2 days ago to have a look. So, where is it? That's it there. That one there. All right. It's the ADV Honda ADV 350. All right. Really nice bike. I'll do some conversions for you British folk. 200,000 Thai baht in British pounds.
The current exchange rate is 1 Thai baht, PHB, equals 0.02359 British pounds.
Yeah.
GBP. To find out how many British pounds you
4,700. 4,700 baht for a 2025 model, 350. Heaps bigger storage under the seat for the body parts. Not a problem. And I'll get a top box inside panniers as well for the arms and legs. Should be right. And yeah, that's not bad, eh? 4,000. What's that in Aussie dollars then? 4,700 British pounds in Australian dollars.
It's tricky to give you an exact amount right now.
9,000. It's just under 9,000, 9,500 Australian dollars. Okay, yeah, it's a 350. To give you an idea, my motorbike is a 125, and it's a 350. It's big enough for here because it's good to get around in the traffic and stuff, but it's also got enough kick. And it's also an adventure style scooter as well. So it's designed for off-road. It's got the better travel. It's got the upside down front forks. You can see the front. It's got wide handlebars. You can look at it. It's like riding a motorcycle rather than a scooter. You can see down through the forks. Proper suspension on the back. It's got the off-road tires as well, like the both ways, you know, road and off-road tires. And it's quite good. Now that's brand new. I'm not going to buy a brand new one. But the Honda dealer did say that next month they'll have a black one that's a last year's model, second hand. In fact, to be honest, I got that wrong. The 2025 model is not available yet. They're still selling last year's model for that price. But they've offered me one that is a second hand one, last year's model, for only 140,000 baht. So way cheaper, which will give me a little bit extra money to buy some crash bars, storage, camera mounts, lights, all the extra stuff that I need to put on it, because I'm going to start doing a bit more long distance touring around the country here and even the neighboring countries in future. So yeah, if he starts wearing black leather gloves, worry. No, I've got. You want to see my? No, I won't show you my gloves, but I've got a good pair of gloves there. Yeah, it's a nice little machine. It's really good, you know. Plus 20 lights, we could have an issue in Houston. Yeah, it's really good. So I'm looking at maybe doing that. I mean, I'm renting my bike, and it's costing me about 100 Australian dollars, a bit over, about 110 Australian dollars a month to rent my bike. Now, if if that's money going nowhere really when you're renting. So it's either wait another couple of years, stay with the bike I've got, keep renting it, or buy a new bike. So we'll see. Check my options out. But yeah, that's the plan. What's this? Pete, you can buy an over-the-top for scooters that are meant to be weatherproof and with sun visors. Yeah, but they look shit. And really, it rarely rains here. I mean, we have our rainy seasons for sure, but I have this. It's called a poncho that you just throw over, and it's a good quality one. And I've only ever had to use it once since I bought it about halfway through last year, and it keeps you dry. And the other thing too is that when it rains here, it doesn't really rain all day. And at that time of the year, you don't plan on going for long adventure touring rides anyway. So we get thunderstorms and we get showers, and then it clears up and it's like it never happened. So yeah, I don't need to be worrying about getting too wet on a scooter. And besides, it's only water. What I do need to buy is a decent top. I've got Kevlar jeans over there with all the padding on them, which I wear every time I go out on a bike, but I don't have a proper jacket. Yeah, so I need to get a proper jacket. Yeah. Bike rental business, yeah. Unfortunately, foreigners are not allowed to work here in Thailand without a special working visa, which is not easy to get, which is why Thailand is very successful in having not having many foreign-owned businesses over here. Most of the shops and places where you walk around and look in business are all Thai-owned. There's no influx of Chinese buying up everything and running businesses or any other nationality. Thailand's done the right thing and Thai only. So yeah, can't go into my own rental business. I can own a business. I can own a business, but I can't physically work in it. All right. Unless I have that visa. I've been told that even if you own a house here and someone spots you painting your own house, and calls immigration, and you're just on a regular retirement visa, you can get kicked out of the country because you're doing the job that a Thai person could be paid to do. You could be paying a Thai person to do. How's that? And it has happened. Fairly common. Yeah. So you cannot work over here without the proper visa. So yeah, so that's it. I'll probably get a nice motorcycle. Now there are options of getting a bigger bike. The Kawasaki Versailles looks really nice. Suzuki's look good. They're upwards of 650s. The 500 is the Kawasaki. These are adventure touring bikes. I had the 1000 back in Australia, you might remember, the V-Strom 1000 Suzuki. But they're no good if you just want to whip into town and do stuff and go short distances. They're too big a bike to take out and do that. Whereas this is scooter size. It's a big scooter, but it's great to get around and do everything. So yeah, I mean, if I bought a bigger bike like those adventure motorcycles, I'd still need a scooter on the side just to whip down the road and do things. Yeah. Jim's off. Jim is heading off. I don't mean he's off like this. He's leaving. So good on you, mate. Enjoy your dog sitting. Enjoy dog sitting. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head off too. It's been a good stream. Had some fun. And thank you all for watching and for taking part. And we'll be back as usual, same time, same place, same planet next week. How's that? All right. All right, guys. I might go back and catch a couple of hours more sleep, I think. Yeah, I've got a few things on today. All right, where are we? I'm gonna get my outro music. Where is it? Exit. There it is. All right. Thanks everybody. Cheers all. Catch us all next week. Bye for now. Thanks for all the help too. Cheers.